There is a common misunderstanding in modern society that people who love staying at home are withdrawn, antisocial, or somehow emotionally limited. From a psychological perspective, this assumption is not only inaccurate, it is deeply simplistic. When someone feels most alive, most peaceful, and most mentally clear within the walls of their own home, we are not observing a lack of motivation. We are observing a nervous system that knows exactly where it functions best. The home, for these individuals, is not a hiding place. It is a psychological anchor. From clinical observation, people who genuinely enjoy staying at home tend to have heightened sensitivity to stimulation. This does not mean weakness. It means their brains process information deeply. Noise, social expectations, unpredictability, and constant interaction consume more mental energy for them than for others. As a result, quiet environments allow their minds to recover, integrate, and reset. These individuals often possess a strong internal landscape. Their thoughts are active, reflective, and self-directed. They do not rely on constant external input to feel entertained or validated. In fact, too much stimulation can feel invasive rather than exciting. Staying home allows their cognition to move at a natural, unforced pace. It is important to distinguish between social anxiety and social selectivity. People who love staying at home are often highly selective, not fearful. They may socialize deeply, but infrequently. They value emotional sincerity over social performance. Small talk drains them, meaningful conversation energizes them. Because such connections are rare, they protect their energy carefully. From a psychiatric standpoint, this pattern reflects advanced emotional regulation. These individuals instinctively avoid environments that overstimulate their nervous system. Rather than pushing themselves into situations that create emotional dysregulation, they choose spaces that maintain equilibrium. Control is another central psychological factor. Home is a domain where expectations are minimal and autonomy is high. There is no pressure to perform, impress, or adapt. For people who are internally driven, this sense of control reduces subconscious stress responses. Their mind relaxes because it does not need to stay alert for social cues, judgment, or unpredictability. Many of these individuals also demonstrate strong observational intelligence. They notice patterns, behaviors, inconsistencies, and emotional undercurrents. While this awareness is a strength, it can become exhausting in social environments. Home becomes the only place where their mind is allowed to rest from constant analysis. Contrary to stereotypes, these people are not disconnected from ambition. In fact, they often channel their drive inward. Creative work, strategic thinking, learning, planning, and self-development frequently occur in solitude. Their productivity increases when interruptions decrease. Psychologically, this preference is associated with depth-oriented personalities. They do not seek novelty for stimulation's sake. They seek meaning. A familiar environment allows them to explore ideas, emotions, and goals with greater clarity. Where others find boredom, they find focus. Another misunderstood aspect is emotional intensity. Many home-loving individuals experience emotions deeply. Being around people requires emotional regulation, filtering, and restraint. Solitude allows emotional honesty. They can feel without explaining, react without managing perceptions, and exist without emotional labor. This does not mean they dislike people. It means they respect their own emotional limits. From a mental health perspective, forcing such individuals into constant social activity can lead to burnout, irritability, emotional numbness, or anxiety. Their need for solitude is not a flaw, it is a biological and psychological requirement. Interestingly, people who love staying at home often demonstrate high loyalty in relationships. Because they choose carefully, they commit deeply. They may have fewer relationships, but those relationships tend to be stable, long-lasting, and emotionally secure. In therapy, these individuals often express guilt, believing they should want more social excitement. This guilt is learned, not innate. Society frequently rewards visibility, extroversion, and constant engagement. But psychological health is not one size fits all. The mind thrives when it is allowed to function according to its design. For people who love staying at home, well-being emerges from calm environments, controlled stimulation, meaningful solitude, and intentional connection. When this preference is respected, they are often emotionally balanced, mentally sharp, and quietly resilient. So the next time someone chooses home over noise, stillness over chaos, or depth over display, psychology does not see avoidance. It sees self-awareness. And that, clinically speaking, is a sign of emotional intelligence, not isolation.